Hey everyone, Adam here. So this video is going to be an update from last week's video. I guess an update of an update, if you will. So on my last video, I talked about how I was trying to I came to the conclusion that I want to do more adventuring. And I'm going to define adventuring as an activity that's going to take more than 2.5 hours, let's say. And it just so happens that every other Friday, my day out, that is the best time to do that. I don't have too many work obligations, although sometimes I do. That's a separate video. And for the most part, I don't have kid obligations when they're either at school or they're at daycare or something like that. And again, sometimes I do have kid obligations because we'll schedule doctor's appointments on those days. Anyway, the point is that those days have the potential of being the best opportunity to do an activity like that. And in the past, what I was doing is I was always choosing recording videos. And on that bike ride that was 40 miles long, I had a lot of time to think, and I really, really enjoyed doing that. And I want to do more of that. And so during that video, I don't know if I articulated it that well, but during that bike ride, I was kind of coming to the conclusion that it was like, it was almost like I have to choose one or the other. Do I record videos or do I go on these adventures? The options are I can record video on the adventures, right? Which means I'm kind of doing both things at once. Or I would have to find a separate time to do my video recording. And I came to the conclusion that what I really want to do is record a video while I'm on my adventures. And I think that will be the best solution. Now, on the bike rides, the 2 bike rides that I've tried this with or attempted this with, I end up, during my break, I end up recording my videos. My videos take anywhere between 20 to 25 minutes to record, maybe 30 minutes by the time I set everything up on outside. And so, again, that's great. That's not a bad thing. And then I'll video edit down to, I try not to have my videos go over 15, 20 at the max is kind of my cutoff, is what I'm looking to achieve. Now, what ends up happening is that when I record the video during my break, like I did at my last adventure, it works, but I'd rather still be moving because it still takes time away from getting back in time to pick up kids maybe in the afternoon or other things that I've got going on. I mean, if you think about it, but when you include all the drive time and everything, some of these adventures, so like, let me back up. For that adventure in particular, I was on my bike for about 3.5 hours. Add in another half an hour of video recording. And then another half an hour to get there, another half an hour to get back, and then maybe a half an hour to clean up, because I have to wash my bike because that trail just destroys my bike. It gets all dirty. I have to wash it. I'm looking at like a 5.5, 6 hour day to do the adventure. Now, I can break that up. For example, the washing of the bike. I did the adventure on Friday. I wasn't using my bike again anytime soon, so I didn't wash my bike until Sunday. So I can do strategic things like that to help. But to kind of maximize time, what I've decided is that I want to record videos while I'm doing my adventuring. And, I have tons of things I would like to do. For example, today, not because I'm recording this video, but today I had a 9-mile hike scheduled, and I had to kind of cancel because of obligations that again has nothing to do with this video, but my family and I are going away on vacation, and I have to start packing for that, and we're kind of leaving midweek, so that was the reason. I could not allocate 4 or 5 hours to that what was hoping to be an awesome adventure. So instead, I ran 10 miles today on a track. That took an hour and a half, and was a better use of my time to kind of get my fitness in. But I want to be able to do a hike. I want to be able to throw on like a 30-pound backpack and just hike for like 9 miles. That's one of the things that I enjoy doing. So what I have done is I purchased a GoPro camera. In fact, this is my first test run with a GoPro camera. Very exciting. And this, I think, I'm going to try to use as my main camera now. And the advantages of it is that I'm able to, it's super, super compact. I'm able to bring it with me. And let me show you, right, for example, right now I've got it on like a little tripod thing here, but I got it on a little selfie stick here. And I'm just going to pick up and I'm just going to, crashing into things, and I'm just going to walk around, right? So I'm kind of able to do this on the fly, and this is how I can do a trail, right? So I'm just walking through the woods, just explaining stuff, and you know, this is what I'm able to do, and kind of do that on the move. So be honest, this is kind of a test run to see how this may work. I'm also test running the audio. So I haven't decided which audio to use yet, but I have 2 sources of audio. I've got the GoPro itself. I turned the wind filter off because I heard it doesn't do great things. So right now I'm going to switch to the GoPro audio. Let me know what you think. I probably post-processed it because I always post-process my audio to try to clean it up. I'm not great at it, but I try to make it at least a little bit more presentable. And then here, I'm going to switch. I'm going to do a camera shot down here. I just have my phone and I have my lapel mic, so I'm switching to that audio. What audio do you think sounds better? Is it from the lapel mic? Or do you think it is from the GoPro? So, and then I'll put a little thing of what audio I decided to choose for the main part of this video, just because, again, I'm experimenting. And also I want to see how the camera settings came out. They may be terrible. I have no idea. I'm going to film everything at 1080p, 30 frames per second. It's more than enough for what I do, because you can run into overheating issues with the GoPro and some other things. So I just have to be cognizant of that. But yeah, you know, I'm on the trail and I can be just walking like this. The other thing I'm going to do is I got a bike mount. And so when I do my epic biking adventures, I'm just going to mount that to the front of the handlebars, and I'll be able to talk as I am biking. So kind of excited to try that out. And so this is just one, a test run of this camera, as I said, and 2 is also just how I have tried to figure a solution out. Like I said, I like doing these videos quite a bit, and I find it that I also like adventuring. And it just happens that one day every 2 weeks is the perfect time to do one or the other, or at least so I thought, and instead I'm going to combine them. Now, there are definitely going to be situations where the weather is not going to be great, where I decide maybe not to adventure, and you know, maybe I will do just video filming that day. And to be clear, that last video that I did here, I'm going to sit down, but to be clear, that last video that I did, my bottleneck has not been my filming. My bottleneck actually has been my post-processing, or the editing of the actual videos. I have 3 or 4 videos already filmed, but you know, I just have not been, I've gotten behind in my post-processing for various reasons. And so I want to, I also want to streamline that process. And I've got some ideas, and I'm not going to show you how I record videos yet. A friend suggested that I do that, and I think actually, you know, eventually, I will do a video on that. Not that my setup is good or anything like that, but just kind of my workflow and some of my thought processes. And right now I will share with you, I haven't worked anything out yet, but what I want to do, so currently I write out, for the most part, except for a few videos, I write out like an outline or a script, and it's very, very rough. And it's just talking points that I want to get across. That's all it is. And so other videos are a little bit more intense with the video editing because I'm trying to get in some B-roll, and I want to make it somewhat visually appealing. Although I could do a much better job with that, I do recognize. And most of it, the reason I haven't is just for time's sake. But you know, videos that I think would be better served with better visual stuff, such as like screenshots from my computer or like a screencast. Like for example, the Tick video I did, like that really needed, I think, a screencast from my computer to kind of demonstrate that software. And so like in a video like that, I know up front that that's what's going to take, and that would probably be better upstairs in my studio. It's not really a studio, it's really just an office that I happen to film in. But like in that video, I definitely need to be in front of a computer. So what I want to do is when I write my scripts, I want to have a whole bunch of scripts that I've kind of outlined up front. And then basically if I know the weather's good and I'm going for an adventure, I just pick a script where you just see my talking head, like my normal videos. And then if the weather is bad, or if I have time during the week for various reasons to film something else, such as you know, like a video that requires a screencast, I grab that video to do instead. And so I want to set things up that I'm a little bit more strategic in the videos that I choose to do, based upon how hard I think not only to film, but also how hard I think it's going to be to process. So I knew well in advance that June, July, August were going to be terrible. Terrible from the perspective of trying to get videos done. I was going to be away 5 weeks, I think. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 to 5 weeks within that time period. And that doesn't include my wife going away for work or travel or something like that, where I'm basically a single parent. So I knew that those 3 months were going to be terrible. I knew that well in advance, and that's why I recorded 3 or 4 videos ahead of time. And I thought that I could keep up with the video editing, and unfortunately, because of like me wanting to add in B-roll, or I did not anticipate that I would fall behind with the video editing like I have. So I want to make videos maybe a little bit more strategically and figure out a workflow to do that. And I have some ideas on how to do that. And I'm sharing some of them with you now, but I need to work through them. So that's very much a work in progress. So anyway, I'm going to wrap up the video here. I've rambled on long enough, but just want to let everyone know that I purchased a GoPro. I'm going to continue with the videos, and I'm going to try to be a little bit more efficient, more strategic, because I do really like kind of getting my my thoughts out there. This is my journaling, so to speak, and try to put things in a coherent manner. So, as I said, this is an update from my update. Hopefully, this makes a little bit more sense of why I did that first video and kind of my thought process behind that, and that hopefully I have found a good solution to quickly film videos with, and get a little bit better and faster with my video editing. So that's it. Let me know how the audio came out, and when I did the different splits in the audio, if you happen to make it this far. Also the video quality, again, I literally had this camera for like less than a day, so I've not had time to really play around with it. Oh, the last thing too is I do want to make my videos a little bit more helpful if people stumble across them. And so what I mean by that is I will have links to some of the stuff that I to Amazon that I have acquired for the GoPro. and the selfie stick, and also the bike mount. The bike mount hasn't even arrived yet. And the only reason I'm including that, again, these are not affiliated links. I don't have any desire to set that up at this point in time. I just find it incredibly helpful when people post links, so that way I can do my own research and kind of like look into maybe the specs if I'm considering buying something. So that's the only reason I'm doing it, just out of convenience. I personally really like it when people do that, not necessarily to support them for the affiliate links, just to gather more research. So I'm deciding to do that just to make your life easier. I could care less if you buy one of these things. And honestly, this wasn't my first choice in a camera, which I will do another video maybe. At least that's another video idea that I have for the future. Okay, anyway, this time I promise I'm going to end it. We'll end it here. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope you found this video helpful.